Just wanted to present to you something that I think is missed today for the July 4th, and I wanted to go over the virtue of piety. I think that that's something that's kind of missed today. There's a lot of talk these days about nationalism and things like that, and there's just a lot of confusion about the virtue of piety. So I just wanted to clear that up with the help of St Thomas Aquinas. He wrote a certain work that discusses virtues, and one of those virtues is the virtue of piety. So I just wanted to point out a few things that he had to say about the virtue of piety. Hopefully that kind of helps us to understand why patriotism is a good thing, why we should seek to be patriotic and love our country. Tully says, he's referring to Cicero. Whenever St. Thomas Aquinas says Tully as a name, he is giving a nickname to Cicero. Tully is Cicero. Tully says that it is by piety that we do our duty towards our kindred and well-wishers of our country and render them faithful service. Man is a debtor chiefly to his parents and his country after God. So it's God and then family and country. Wherefore, just as it belongs to religion to give worship to God, so does it belong to piety in the second place to give worship to one's parents and one's country. A little clarification with that. We want to get our terms straight. When we're talking about worship today, we don't have the same understanding as we would have here with Aquinas. What we would call veneration today, maybe pay honor, do respect, is what he's referring to as worship in this way. And I'll just leave it at that. If that's not sufficient, then let me know. We'll have to do another video on aspects of worship and understanding of worship. But anyway, the worship due to our parents includes the worship given to all our kindred, since our kinsfolk are those who descend from the same parents, according to the philosopher. The philosopher would be Aristotle. Anytime he references the philosopher, he's talking about Aristotle. He gives nicknames, tradition of nicknames. Worship given to our country includes homage to all our fellow citizens and to all the friends of our country. Therefore, piety extends chiefly to these. So, the virtue of piety extends to our country, our kinsfolk, those within our country, even those who are our allies. So we love our country and we love our allies. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a virtuous thing to do. And it makes sense because it is within this country that we live that we acquired whatever virtue it is that we acquired. The freedoms that were granted by the country that we live in are that conduit by which we receive those, even more so our parents. So Tully says that piety gives both duty and homage. Duty referring to service, and homage, reverence or honor. Augustine says we are said to give homage to those whose memory or presence we honor. Another quote from Cicero: we owe homage and duty to all our kindred and to well-wishers of our country. Aquinas says that piety is a protestation. It's not a protest like I'm standing out in the street. It's giving testimony, speaking forth. Is a protestation of the charity we bear towards our parents and country. God is the principle of our being and government in a far more excellent manner than one's father or country. So there you have it. Religion is that homage that we give to God. Piety is that homage we give to our parents and then to our country. So I want you to watch this video and just have an appreciation for the country that you live in. This is July 4th. This is the day that's set aside so that we can honor our country, the United States of America, and to love it. It's not a time to delete any piety towards our country just because, you know, of current events. That's not how it works. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this encourages in all of us a love for our country and a proper piety. Thanks. God bless. If this is helpful, please like and subscribe. Perhaps it'll be helpful for someone else. And remember, stay hungry, my friends.